Welcome back to the Last Man In podcast, episode number 13 and a half.
It's 0.5. 13.5.
No, and a half.
13 and a half. Okay, well, it'll come up as 0.5.
That's fine. I'm totally okay with that.
Maybe Greg should tell everyone what happened last week.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should let our tech guy do everything.
Well, we recorded
Tech guy,
it is,
a.k.a. Cam.
Yeah,
That was a great episode last week.
it was. We did record like a really good episode. And
I did push-ups.
You had to do push-ups.
Greg did 10.
Well, here, I'll wrap up what
3
happened.
clap push-ups. 2.
Oh,
Part of this.
Sorry.
I'll wrap up what happened quickly. Was my phone, I updated it and whatnot, and it apparently swiped everything on it. But then I came here and recorded, plugged it back in. I can see the file on my phone, but it's too big to email to anyone. I cleaned through my computer. I did all the normal shit, and I still couldn't find it. So I actually went in the hard way when you plug it in and you're just clicking around on shit hoping you find it. I couldn't find it. So that's why this is 13 and a half. So what did we talk about for the last episode?
So what you're saying is it's Lost in the Abyss?
It is Lost in the Abyss.
Alongside any hope that the Edmonton Oilers make the playoffs this year? Already? Yeah, I went there. 3 games in the season.
Or like the chances that Jake Gardner are going to play this year.
Fuck you. That was me.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. You're not even an Oilers fan.
I don't care. I just like poking fun at everyone today. That's what I'm going to do.
You're rude.
Guys, guess what I got for my birthday? Shocker 38 jersey.
Mm-hmm. We know.
I had to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No,
I know.
that's
Very
fine.
excited.
We know.
That's cool.
Guess who hasn't won a game yet this year?
The Flyers.
Shocker
They're in the
38.
Ophir Club.
Yeah, in the Ophir Club. You're
I
all
think
right.
they're in the Ophir Club with Florida.
Florida.
Edmonton. Carolina? They won a
No,
game yet?
Carolina won a game.
Have they?
Nope.
We're going to the stat board.
Okay,
I have
well, in
it.
the meantime-
I swear it's here.
Well, I don't know.
What we covered,
I
Greg.
don't have notes,
I sent you
Greg, so-
notes on what we covered.
What we covered last week.
It's
The
right
Jets.
Well, no, but we had really good notes I sent to you.
No, these are better notes.
They're not better notes.
These are my notes from last
Put
week.
your password in.
No.
No, it's a quick recap. It works way better.
Fine. Prager got a job at the NHL. Boychuk and Letty both traded to the New York Islanders.
Okay.
The sale of the New York Islanders was complete. We had our thoughts on Sportsnet. Talked about
Sportsnet, what do you mean thoughts on Sportsnet?
like of their broadcast so far, considering that they're controlling all of hockey at the moment.
Bastards.
We also talked about the first Jets game, which we will recap again on here.
Yeah.
On the season opener,
Speaking
just
of
like a
Sportsnet,
quick recap.
did you guys have? I was watching the feed on Game Center while the guys were last game, like against San Jose on
I
Saturday.
didn't watch that game. I didn't
Well,
see it.
while I was watching it on Game Center, there was no audio in the commercials, and there was no audio when the panel was on. Only when the game was on. It was weird.
Yeah, there's
Way to
audio
go,
the entire time.
Sportsnet. You have one job.
Well, maybe it was the Game Center feed, but so I had to switch
Maybe.
over to.
I don't know.
So I watched the Sharks feed, and they don't like Winnipeg apparently. Not very much, at least.
Why were they shitting all over them?
They were just not being nice about our goalie situation.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't really. They're just being honest. They're not.
Yeah, they're not being that
they're just being
dickish.
They're not being mean.
They're being respectful. To
We quickly touched on the Carlson becoming captain of the Sens and Bobby Ryan getting a contract.
Carlson, ninth captain, Swede.
Ninth captain, Swede.
And what was Ryan's contract?
7 years.
$7 million a year or something. $6
Yeah.
million a year. $7 million.
Seven.
I don't know.
No, it was 7+ a year for 7 years.
Seven and
Something
seven and a
stupid.
quarter for 7 years, but the breakdown to circumvent salary cap and taxes and income tax in Canada, because our taxes are way higher than every other place, is he gets $2.25 million payout at the start of the year, or at the July 1st when contracts kick in. So in reality, it is more of like a $5 million contract.
And Evander Kane got hurt. That's the other thing we covered.
Oh yeah,
Which
Mark
we will-
Scheifele hit him.
Which we will touch upon.
The golden
because it's
twinkle.
changed since our last.
We'll talk.
podcast.
Okay, well,
Other
first
than
Let's
that-
go this
game.
week. Fuck last week.
Okay.
Yeah. You mean
Well,
what
hold on.
happened on Sunday?
We just had
Because they haven't played for 5 days.
I just have to say,
good
before we move
scheduling.
on,
What?
at the start of last week's podcast, we were jazzed because Blake Wheeler and Brian Little were both on pace for 164 goals.
Now we've
That's
come
been
back
cut
there.
in half, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well.
And now to jump to this week.
Well, actually, Blake Wheeler.
Blake Wheeler's on pace for 82 fights, though. 81 fights.
Ooh, right. Well, what's your fun stat that you sent us?
So we have the fight stat?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Well, I know it. if
He
you
has
want me to
2
say it.
fights in 3 games this year. In 454 games before that, he had 3. So one more, and he's there.
And
Brian Little's on pace for 82 goals still, though. He's got
one
3
thing
this
I
year.
picked up that was
That's
crazy, I didn't know Blake Wheeler played that many games. Like Mark Stewart on the Saturday game against San Jose played his 500th game.
That's a lot.
Mark Stewart. Blake Wheeler could realistically hit 500 games this year,
Yeah.
pending he doesn't
Well,
get crazy.
He
hurt.
should. He should.
Well, if
he
he
should.
keeps fighting, I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, still. But
Standing
yeah,
up for teammates.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had no problem with what he did. He's just probably not the guy that should be doing that.
San Jose.
Don't we have guys on the team like a guy we're paying $1.2 million to protect guys?
Thorburn.
Oh wait, if we had the guy that's actually tougher than Thorburn in there, like Peluso.
He was in the game.
I know he was in that game.
Yeah, but
I
I
just want to. Who did San Jose play on Monday? Was it the Leafs
San Jose did not play the Leafs on Monday.
or Tuesday?
They played the Flames.
Who did the Sharks play on Tuesday?
when we were
Flames.
at the concert.
Yeah.
No, not Caps.
It was
Caps?
Calgary.
No,
I don't know if it was Calgary.
I'll look
Check
up.
it. While you guys
scoreboard.
check who they were
Dude,
playing,
it was. Oh no,
John-
Nashville played Calgary. Sorry.
John
yeah.
Scott scored his third career goal, guys, and it was a nice one.
Third
It
career
was.
goal.
It was.
I think so.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
he
The
scored
Leafs
a
didn't
lot.
play the Sharks. Leafs played the.
Either way,
Colorado.
John Scott scored. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
Okay.
And
Moral
he
of the
wrecked
story, John.
Mikhail Grabovski right before we started recording this. I saw it on Twitter.
Clean or dirty?
No clean. He no hit. Dude, John Scott's a wall, and Mikhail Grabovski's not a big dude.
And he's kind of-
skating
and
into.
No
John Scott just
offense to
stood
the
up. He
Leafs
just
fan,
stood
but
up.
Grabowski's kind of a pussy. So.
What? I like Grabovski. I think he's great.
Next thing Dan's gonna say is Leo Komarov's a pussy.
Leo Komarov has great work ethic, and I love him.
Yeah, no, me too.
I've seen Grabowski slap punch a linesman.
That's
We've
fine. I've
all
also
seen
watched
the
Alex
Grabowski
Seven fight.
Oh, that's
he
seven.
Is. He is too.
That's 7. Yeah, the slap
Sissy
fight.
hands. Okay, so
The scoreboard won't load, so I can't tell you who San Jose played.
that's fine. Whatever. Kings beat the Jets 4-1. Obviously not like super
Hutch played
amazing.
like ass.
Wow.
He got pulled after 3 goals
Really
on
glad we
13
sent
shots.
Budai down to the AHL. Not at all.
That's a 769
Wait,
save percentage for
We've
those
been
math
shut
nerds.
out for 5. What does this say? Little Break's almost 5-period shutout streak.
Yeah.
Who do we get shut out against?
Sharks.
Sharks.
Right, because I stopped
We
watching.
should do
Yeah.
this in chronological order with the first game and then go most recent.
Okay, let's
No,
do
we
it.
This is
start
gonna
with
make-
most recent.
This
No
makes
way.
no sense then.
Let's go, yeah,
Then
I'm
we're
so
talking
lost.
about things in the
Okay,
future and going
Phoenix,
backwards.
we won 6-2. Next game was...
We're not even going to talk about that game?
Oh, well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. There's notes.
Oh, Shane Doan was mean.
Was he? Oh.
We've already touched on this.
Old-
though.
Well, we can't. No,
Yeah,
we would, didn't
nobody
we?
heard
We're
it.
gone in the abyss.
Nobody heard it.
It's gone forever, Greg.
What did Shane Doan do?
Well, Shane, I think Blake Wheeler played the body on him. No, Shane
Mhm.
Doan played the body on Wheeler. Wheeler gave him a little love tap. Shane Doan
It wasn't a love tap.
Wheeler gave
He
him...
tried to take his hand off.
Oh, Wheeler?
Yeah.
Oh, and then Shane Doan turned around and retaliated, but he didn't really give Blake Wheeler a chance to take his gloves off per se.
He didn't. He just kind of jumped him. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Not like a big jump, but a jump.
nobody's
nonetheless.
going to dispute this. Wheeler's not a fighter. So
Yeah.
he's big, but he's not a fighter.
It's argued
And
he's a
then
lover.
the best
'cause
part
he's
that
a-
happened is when they separated them and they showed Wheeler on TV.
Oh, yeah, right. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. What was the next game after that then?
Well, let's just touch on the fact that both Little and Wheeler had 2 goals. Wheeler had 2 in 15 seconds.
Wheeler had
And
Gordie
Buff-
Howe hat trick too.
Yep, that's true.
Did
2 goals, 1 assist in a fight.
Ooh.
Goal assist fight is
Who's the
Gordie
leader
Howe.
on the Jets and Gordie Howe? I gotta say Kane.
Kane had 1 last year.
Oh, then
I
it's
wouldn't-
definitely Kane. They are tied now.
Wow.
No, yeah, yeah.
Thrashers, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
There has to be a few there.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we could get a real hat trick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe tomorrow against the Suns.
Sens.
you know,
Okay,
they're
wait,
playing
what was the
so
game
awful right
after the
That was
Phoenix
the
Coyotes?
Sharks game.
And we
Sharks.
lost 3-0.
They played
Lost 3-0.
That
They
was a
didn't play
glory-
like ass.
I
though.
didn't watch it.
Okay, the big problem in this game was they literally couldn't put a puck in if there was no goalie there. They had such a tough time in that game. It was ridiculous. Like, they had the chances and I wouldn't say they were playing up to San Jose's level, but they weren't dominating them. They were just playing on their level, forechecking hard, and really the goals that were scored are goals that, one, you can't play Pav on, and they're all defensive breakdowns. You cannot let Hurdle in on a 2-on-1. You can't let Marleau get a breakaway. He's going to put it in, and that was the difference maker, is that when they had chances, they capitalized on their chances, and when we had ours, we didn't score.
That's the problem with the Jets, though, because any other team gets a breakaway, more often than not, it goes in. Against us, but whenever we get breakaways, we never score. I would love to see how many breakaway goals the Jets have had since they came back. So I guarantee you it's not very many.
There's that Blake Wheeler one against Buffalo.
Yeah, aside from that, what do you remember, right? Nothing, really.
Chris
I mean, Kane had a partial
Fuck Chris
breakaway
Webber.
last year. That wasn't a breakaway, though. That was just
You're right, there was a guy hanging off him.
Yeah.
Fun stat. I forgot to mention this earlier. The Jets have the league leader in penalty minutes right now.
Yeah, Blake Wheeler.
What?
22.
22 penalty
In
minutes.
3 games.
There's no one else with more penalty
Bufflin's
minutes.
pretty damn close too. He's got like 16.
How about that freak out, though?
I didn't see it. What did he do?
This was against the Kings?
Sharks.
When he got off the ice, he slammed his stick against the wall and just, like, kept hitting it and got really mad. And, like, you could see the woman in the background of the tunnel, and she looked scared for her life. Stick breaks. He's holding it in his hand. I think he was ready to throw it, and he just kind of, like, tossed it on the ground and walked. No, he walked down the tunnel.
But why did he get kicked out?
I think he sprayed the goalie on purpose.
Yeah, no.
And then he mouthed off to the ref when he got a penalty or something.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
That game, it just seemed the refs were out to get Winnipeg. It seemed. Because, okay, Bufflin, was it deliberate? Sure. He deliberately sprayed the goalie. Was it warranted of a 2-minute penalty? Probably not. Because it seemed every time the Jets went near, I believe it was Niemi in this game, or was it Stalock? It was Stalock. Okay. Anytime they went near Stalock, they always had a hand grabbing them, pulling them down. Same with the Kings game, and it would never get called. Totally fine. So Buff was essentially just starting more shit. And as soon as he did that, 4 guys were in there punching him, and there was no calls on San Jose's side.
It's because Buff that's because Buff bigger than all of them.
Yeah. But it's just like, there was no evening out part. It was just kind of like, here you go, Bufflin, here's your penalty, and then he got pissed off because he also got called for a very bullshit penalty like right before that, and it was a tough night for him.
And see, here's a I'm
if I can remember correctly.
I'm not questioning coaching, but a coaching decision that I wouldn't agree with. San Jose is a big physical team, and they put Halishchuk in over Peluso.
Yeah,
like I don't like. I understand he's more skilled. Like Halishchuk's probably more skilled, but
It's
like
faster.
But like against, what are you doing?
Why are you rubbing your nipples right now?
It's his
just
birthday.
felt like doing
Leave
it.
him alone.
You just
Oh, by the way, it's Cam's birthday, or it was Cam's birthday.
first birthday on the podcast ever.
You know what that means?
Push-ups.
I get to... You know what? I'll agree to do push-ups because I lost the whole episode. But how many do you want me to do? It was an hour long.
5 claps.
No.
I can't do claps. I'll smash my
One
face
for
in.
each year you are, so 23.
And right now?
That's gonna take too long.
No, you got... Yeah, it'll take a while. While you guys talk about it,
5.
I'll hustle
Just do
it.
5.
Just do 5.
Let's do
Do
5?
5 for us.
Okay.
And I'm going to... By the way, we integrated push-ups into
Do
the podcast.
5, and the last one has to be a clap.
I can't... I'll smash my
Can I sit on your back
That's
just
your-
to like
That's
make
not-
it tougher? That is not all the way down, sir.
Nose on the ground.
Not hat beak.
That's what Greg had to do.
Yeah, this is BS.
That's because Greg wasn't smart enough to move half forward. Okay.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 5,
Fine.
6.
6. All right, you're good.
I like how
we integrated a push-up system for if you screw up a name or like Phoenix to Arizona.
Yeah. I've already done my punishment. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, unfortunately. What were we talking about?
The
Game.
Sharks game.
Game.
And
Oh, yeah.
No, I agree with your Halishchuk comment and the fact that like
Because
but Halishchuk's
I
got
just
the
wanted to
speed.
finish off my point, not to, but like you could throw Gagliardi, who's better than Halishchuk in my opinion, on the 3rd line, and just put Peluso on the 4th line. Then you have more muscle.
No, I agree. I feel that so far they haven't used Peluso as much as they should.
or effectively.
Which is surprising
effectively.
because that was the one guy Maurice before the season came out and said, I like him.
Yeah,
like
he wants him to play.
out of all the bottom guys, he was the one guy that Maurice was like, yeah, I like him.
So like the only
So that's surprising.
the only theory that I have is maybe he's hurt and they don't want him to get more hurt. And maybe like Sunday was his first game. That
He
could
makes
play
565 and Thorburn makes 1.2.
I understand that,
So,
but
I mean,
at some point you got to be like, what's better for your team?
oh no, I totally agree. I would.
And I'm tired of this whole he makes so much more money so he shouldn't play. I'm sorry, but if Hutch turns out to be a better goalie than Pav, then I would. I know. 1 second. Let me finish. Let's say Hutch turns out to be better than Pav. Okay, you know what? We're acting like Anaheim people here. Can I get through my fucking statement?
Go.
God damn it. If Hutchinson, despite what he did against LA, which was awful, becomes better than Pavlik, I would far rather see him play more games than Pavlik, and just because Pavlik's making more money doesn't mean he can't sit on the bench. And people
would agree
jumping
with
the
that,
gun saying that Hutchinson deserves to get dropped down right away are the same people that think that John Gibson should have gotten sent down by Anaheim. And Anaheim just sent down John Gibson, which I think is stupid. It was after one game, they're like, no, we're going to let you go back down to the AHL.
So who's their goalie now?
Frederick Anderson.
Who's the backup? Why did they send him down?
Yeah, what the hell?
You
Okay,
sure?
well, I don't disagree with your Hutchinson.
100%, because I had him in fantasy, and it's like, He got dropped down.
I was kidding.
I had 2 players in my fantasy team get dropped down this week.
To clarify, I was kidding about the Hutch thing. I'm just joking.
Okay, I don't disagree.
But he was pissed off.
I don't disagree with your Hutchinson thing, but okay, goalies, it's all a mental game, correct?
Yeah.
This year, the Jets, okay, we don't know where they're going yet. Sure, right now they're sucking, but we just played cup favorites,
I wouldn't
arguably.
say they're
guys
sucking.
No, I'm saying right now, they came out how I thought they were going to, well, not realistic. I'm impressed they came out with a win on that road trip, to be frank about it, to be blunt. So I'm impressed that they came out with the win. I'm not impressed with the scores because in San Jose, it seemed they couldn't capitalize on their chances. And LA, same thing, they couldn't capitalize, but that's what's made LA and San Jose a little better than us. San Jose, obviously the best in the league, because they capitalized on their chances. Sure, they don't have ridiculous superstars. They have good guys, but they don't have 100 or 90 plus point guys. They have a bunch of 70, 80 point guys. So that's what makes a difference to them. But what I was going to say about Hutch was, goalies are all mental game. If we put Hutch in and he starts getting just shit on after, we just kept getting they keep lighting the lamp on us and scoring, but we're leaving him in. We're not yanking him or anything.
Oh, yeah.
We're basically just saying, oh yeah, no, you're just there. You're just there to do. And and no matter what, goalies always get blamed pretty much for everything.
No, you're right.
And especially under our microscope in media, maybe that's why Maurice pulled him. And another thought that I read on Twitter of one of the Jets beat writers that I follow, he was saying, was Hutch warranted? Yes, he had bad numbers, 3 goals after 13 shots, but was him getting pulled more of a message to the players of maybe you guys should start playing? This isn't. I'm not mad at. I'm disappointed in Hutch. But maybe it's a whoop in the ass to the players to be hey, maybe you should do something because you caused this.
I don't think it was criticism to Hutchison. I think he thought they were still in the game and he wanted to make a change.
I think whenever
turn it around.
Yeah,
third goal changed everything.
Yeah, I don't think it was a critical thing. I mean, okay, those are bad numbers. You want to get him out of there. I mean, Maurice isn't gonna he's not gonna throw him under the bus after one game.
Of course,
no. Maurice is the reason that Peter Budaj got sent down instead of Hutchinson. Yeah. He said Hutch earned a chance to develop. So obviously he knows that he's not going to jump right in and be, a starting goalie.
The other thing that I want to...
I mean...
Go ahead.
It's tough. I mean, I don't think it's indicative of a negative thing. I think it's just a team thing.
Goalies get pulled all the time, and it's never it's more of a team, we're pulling you, so maybe we can kick our players in the ass so they start playing better. And that was what I felt this entire thing was just them kicking the players in the ass. It wasn't a Hutch, you played bad. It was, you had bad numbers, so what? There have been how many Hall of Fame goalies? Look at Patrick Waugh. So many goalies get pulled, and the fact that I saw so much hate towards Hutch on Twitter is just not even fair.
But
the guy's played 4 games in his career in the NHL, and this is one of them. And so what? You get pulled. It happens. It's not something that's not...
Here's the thing, though.
Common.
Especially Winnipeg fans. There's a lot of people who are Jets fans who don't really know a lot about hockey. They're just Jets fans. And the thing this is really bad in Winnipeg. The second they have a bad game or a player doesn't have a good game, they're like, oh, he's useless, terrible. Or they're like, okay, this team sucks, we're going to be last place. It's one fucking game. Calm your shit. If you're, learn hockey.
What do they call that? The peanut gallery. They're the peanut gallery. Where one person
they're probably
and then
75% of the people that have season tickets, unfortunately.
You know what?
I mean, it's a game.
People don't look at it big picture.
Corey Perry scored 35 goals in the last half of season 2 years ago to win the Hart Trophy.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season, people were like, oh, he sucks.
Or he's not playing up to par. Exactly.
Wait for the whole fucking season. I'm sorry.
Give the guy a chance. And it's one of the problems with why I don't think we can attract free agents. Who wants to come to a city where it's oh, you have one bad game, you're automatically out of town?
Who wants to go to a city where they have 7,311 in an inflated attendance number?
That was definitely inflated.
There was a picture. There were maybe 1,000 people there. Maybe.
There were more people at a Gold Eyes game than at a Florida Panthers hockey game.
Oh my god.
Really? Pretty close.
Did you see the picture?
Their home opener had roughly 11,000.
Did you see the picture,
I saw the picture
of the 7,000?
Yeah.
There's no way there's 7,000 people there.
Okay, while we're talking, just really quick about Hutch, because I know we talked about it last podcast, but now it's gone into the abyss. Jets made an official because there were bodies
Player
moved.
for player AHL trade.
Still counts. Still counts.
There was one before that, though.
Took us 4 years, but we did it.
AHL doesn't count.
There was an AHL for AHL trade before.
But this was in the NHL because, hey, Tangradi was on the NHL roster while the trade happened.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it was AHL. Hey, we done did it.
Actually,
you know
technically he wasn't because he never went to Montreal. He went straight to Hamilton.
Yeah,
But
both
he
of them
was
were
on
AHL.
our roster
Both
when he
of them were
got
in the
traded
AHL.
on the NHL.
But he was through
Tangradi
waivers.
already cleared waivers.
He was already
It was
through
AHL
waivers.
Yes,
for
but
AHL.
he had
It
to
doesn't
clear waivers
count.
to get traded. It still counts, guys.
No.
And guess what? I hope I see Budai play a game for the Jets.
I wouldn't
You
say
will.
no.
You will.
I
You will.
wouldn't say no.
Sooner than later, you will.
Are we gonna talk? Oh, we talked about the Kings. Can I just say something about the Kings and how, like, I know they're the best at what they do because they're the champs or whatever, but holy smokes, their Twitter and their mascot are like the best things ever.
They're pretty hilarious.
While they were
Kings Twitter.
spanking the Oilers, earlier in the day, the Oilers like took a picture of broken glass of their practice facility, like, and tweeted to the Kings saying, "Oops, sorry, we broke your glass," and then the Kings Twitter account tweeted back something along the lines of, "Oh, not that surprising. I know your shots are hard, but you guys never hit the net." Like something like that. And then during the game, I'm not sure what the score was, but the Kings, like Bailey, their like the lion dude, like their mascot, was reaching over the boards and trying to hand a Hockey for Dummies book to one of the trainers.
But
during the game,
when they won the cup for the first time, when they swept Vancouver in the first round, didn't they? After they won the fourth game, didn't they tweet "You're welcome, Canada"?
Yeah, yes, they did. No, they've always been good, but like I'm just saying, like this week, just one day they were like, "Hey,
they're always good. They're good."
Yeah, or like when
no, it was like you're welcome to everyone outside of Vancouver.
Yeah,
hockey fans outside of Vancouver.
Because Vancouver was becoming the new Toronto at that point.
Yeah, because everyone wanted it on board.
Well, and the media was all up their ass.
Well, that's what Canada does. Yeah,
but can you really be upset with the Jets? They destroyed. Okay, well, according to that guy that wrote that article in the summer that said the Jets would be a bottom feeder, and said that they might be able to compete with Arizona. They kicked the shit out of Arizona.
Those are the teams we better beat.
And then they lost to two of the top 5 teams in the league. Can you really be upset about that?
Is Sharks top 5?
Yeah. Come on.
Right so now they're playing top. They shut out the Kings
right now,
on their banner raising.
They're always top 5 in the first half of the year.
Oh,
and then
correct.
Throughout the second half, they progressively...
Actually, I was on...
But it wasn't...
Can you be upset, though? They only lost by 3 goals each game.
But it wasn't like...
It's an elite team.
It's an elite team versus a team that's trying to find their identity. And really, they... In no point in these games did I feel that we were terribly outmatched. We weren't terribly outshot. We didn't take a Anaheim Ducks to Buffalo Sabres or Calgary to Chicago game where your team just gets dominated for 60 minutes. We were in both these games statistically and I think emotionally. We just simply couldn't put the puck in the net.
I would agree.
And if you look at the goal, like Pavelec had a 9-17 against the Sharks. That's still good enough, I think, to win.
You can't really blame Pavelec for... He's played well so far.
Exactly.
I've been impressed.
If I had to put Pavelec's so far, it's been a... If this is the way he plays all year, I'll be very, very,
One thing
very
I noticed
impressed.
about the Jets just in their games, like, last year when they'd get down 3 goals, they'd pack it in and they looked like they didn't care. They looked like they were lost. They'd be intimidated. I don't see that this year. I see it as a team who is battling back, playing tough, standing up for one of each other.
Backbone.
Blake Wheeler jumping Robin Regeer.
And that's another thing, like, because players are taking runs now at our players, which obviously means you only run a player, or like, obviously you run anyone, but you really only get the mindset, since I've been growing up or watching hockey, you run the better guys on the team. So obviously now they're thinking, hey, Scheisse is something.
I loved Wheeler's explanation, too, because they asked him about it. He's like, well, he's like, Scheisse has been getting run a lot, and we lost him last year because of that, so... Like he was like, I don't really. He's like anyone else would have done it. So why is it a problem that I did it?
It's not.
And then he's also like, and then he was like, well, thinking back on it, I probably should have done something last year too. So I mean, they're standing up for one another,
and especially dealing with Blake Wheeler it's his emergence as the leader on this team. Like not that there's many leaders, but like you could tell Blake Wheeler. As we said, on the last podcast, he gained 15 pounds in muscle. Yeah. He's looking bigger. He's fighting.
He's 6'5", 225.
Which is beautiful.
That is a big boy.
Yeah. I mean, if the Jets want to build a team around someone, that's their guy right now.
Not only is he he's a leader on the ice, and I hate to say it, but at the end of his contract, he will be a pretty penny for a team to pick up in a playoff run, unless we're in the playoff run, and he's going to be a beast in the playoffs when he gets there.
We got 5 years for that.
He's
that a 5-year?
he's gonna be a beast when he makes it to the playoffs.
Oh, he could be.
He's a playoff guy. I think.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing him.
I
Oh,
understand that he's older, like he's 28. So I mean he's in.
I thought he was on 26.
27 or 28. He's in his prime, but like he can be. Who do I want to compare him to? He can. I think he can be Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn good.
Whoa.
Well, what? First of all, both those guys are younger than him.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
No, but you mean points-wise?
As good as those guys were last year, he can be that good.
90 points?
Why not?
I can't see that.
I can't see him being a 90-point guy. I can see him being
point per game.
I can see
I'm not
high
saying,
70s, low 80s.
I'm not saying necessarily 90, but like just skill and value to the team.
Oh, well,
He
yeah.
can be that good.
Yeah, of course. He already is.
He's never going to be a Hart Trophy guy. I mean, no one on the Jets is.
Not right now.
But-
Hey.
Okay,
With
Trouba
that
maybe.
attitude.
Trouba maybe. But I mean...
We haven't drafted McDavid yet.
Yeah.
ah,
Wow.
But yes, I do agree that he is definitely... He is the most... In terms of like value, everything he brings to the team, he's got to be the number one guy. On NHL 15, his thing's probably pretty high.
he's tied with Vlad and Kane.
That's the
That's
top guy?
87.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 87.
I like that we use NHL 15.
They're very loose with their ratings in NHL. Tyler Bozak's an 87, just if you wanted a little.
Oh, okay. I think we've talked about
87.
Another thing I do like.
I know.
Another thing I do like about Wheeler is his character.
Yeah.
That's the kind of hockey players.
He always interviews even after a terrible game.
He's brutally honest. If he's bad, he's like, yeah, I sucked. And he stands up for his teammates, and he doesn't bitch. He doesn't.
No, exactly.
You know.
And then
the Jets have a lot of guys like that, and that's one thing I like about their team.
Did you guys see? Because Kane's hurt right now. Did you see his interview? Like, hey, I'm a veteran.
Oh, yeah.
The Jets on the mic.
That was pretty funny.
Like Buff and Wheeler.
Yeah.
And he's like, how's he a left wing? And Buff's like, oh, it's real wide open now at warm-ups. It's awesome. It's really sweet. And then like Buff walks away after like bugging Kane, and Wheeler's there still, and he's like, okay, Wheels, like you've passed Bufflin, beautiful passes, and he's missed an open net. Like, I would have put that in, and Wheeler's like, well, I'm the watering hole on this team. If I'm not here, no one's here. It's awesome. Yeah. But speaking of that, like, how have the Canes felt with the Jets? How the Jets...
What? Wow!
What?
Learn to English.
That's
Learn
push-ups.
to English.
That
is push-ups.
How
5
the
of them
Jets,
right now.
Okay, I'll ask him while I'm doing it. But how have the Jets fared without with missing Kane?
Bufflin's been fine on that line. I think it hurts their depth a bit because their third line's not as effective now.
Those are the worst push-ups I've ever seen.
Just give them to them.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it hurts their depth because their third line's not as effective now. But Bufflin's been, in terms of that line still, Buff's been fine. That's been their best line.
It speaks to the depth now of the Jets, how like we can have a player like Bufflin just slot right in. Because if this happened in year one, like Kane went down,
Kyle Welland.
oh my god.
No, Brett McLean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys.
No, Tanner Glass would have
Or
stayed up there.
year 2 or 3, I believe, Antti Mietinen.
Oh,
Santorelli.
Mike
For a brief cup of coffee.
Or
Yeah.
Setaguchi.
Has he scored yet?
I don't know.
Has he got a point yet?
Okay, did you want... Let's start a segment then. I'll do Setaguchi watch.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
that's
Gooch
my...
watch.
That's
Gooch watch.
Gooch watch.
The Gooch watch.
That'll be my segment, Gooch watch. I'll write that down so I don't forget.
Oh, boy. Thanks.
You know, I think maybe they would have... like, the argument could be placed that the Jets are missing their quote-unquote sniper in Evander Kane, and that's why they only scored 1 goal over 2 games. In that sense. But if you look at it, when did Kane go down? 10 minutes in the first period, in the first
3
game?
minutes
3.
and 18 seconds.
He played 1 shift.
So, essentially, the Jets were still able to score 6 goals against Mike Smith, who was, mind you, a Olympic goaltender.
He had a bad game.
Nice technicality.
He had a bad game, though. He had a
Yeah,
bad game.
he had a rough
That's like
game.
when you bring up Pika Subban on Team Canada. Down.
Yeah, well, it's an
The
asterisk.
guy that no one
Okay.
remembers was there.
Asterisk.
yeah. Him and Mike Smith sharing smoothies. So,
They still get rings.
Yeah.
they do.
Alright, you mean medals.
No, I think they got rings this
Don't
year.
they get rings too?
Well, they get medals, but they also got rings.
Oh, cool.
No, they don't get medals.
It's
You
no
have to
medals.
play.
Oh. So yeah, they're still able to fare 6 goals against an Olympic quality goaltender.
And a very defensive team.
And a very defensive team. So I don't think that argument is fair, saying that, they were missing their top sniper, so they weren't able to score. I think they will miss him if later on, but if it's only a very minor injury, like not an ACL sprain like what happened to Scheifele, and if we're only missing him for the quoted 2 weeks or even up to a month, I don't think it's going to hurt the team as much as if he's gone for 3 to 4.
There's 3 guys on the team that I think would really hurt them if they got hurt. Everyone else they could manage, but it's Wheeler, Scheifele, Trouba. Those 3 guys get hurt. One of those 3 guys gets hurt. You'll see it impacting the Jets. The other guys, I think for now they can get by.
I'm gonna name one more detrimental to that list.
Pavs.
Yes.
Well, no,
only because
that's true.
I don't want to throw Hutch to the fire.
You haven't seen the Buddha play yet, though.
The Buddha.
The Buddha. All right.
That's interesting. I don't know if I'd be like saying Buddha would be a savior, but I don't think he would. I think losing Pav would be a huge.
It would hurt. It would hurt considering we don't at the moment have.
You know, it'd be great though. You know, it'd be awesome. We'd be able to be in the McDavid watch list, which we're not. We're not there yet.
I don't want to be.
Well, we might as well. Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready.
I don't want to be on that list because then everyone gets pessimistic.
We're not ready. We're interrupting each other.
Can we give Nashville their first regulation loss tomorrow? Night? Are you going?
I hope they
Is anyone going?
No.
No, I mean.
I hope they put the boots to them.
Actually, I'm really looking forward to watching that. I love watching the home openers. They've always been fun.
Guys, we haven't had a you-know-what yet.
No, I know.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Oh, yeah, the word we don't speak of.
It's okay.
Yes.
We'll see. They're playing tonight against Colorado, so we're getting them off travel from Colorado. Or are they in Ottawa? They might be in Ottawa, actually.
Wait, we haven't had a you-know-what yet? Oh.
Don't say it.
Okay, I won't.
It rhymes with Schmatschmick.
Schmatschmick.
Schmatschmick. Okay.
So Ottawa's playing tonight regardless. They played Craig Anderson tonight, and which means tomorrow they'll be playing Robin Lehner, most likely. I don't see why they'd play Craig Anderson back to
We're not playing Ottawa.
Why did I think we're playing Ottawa? Wow,
because Ottawa
10 push-ups.
Wow.
Okay, well, in the meantime, I just want to say, I don't know what he was talking about Ottawa. We're playing Nashville, but Nashville, we're always going to have that comparison with Seth Jones next time, like whenever they play, because Jacob Trouba's
better.
Well, yeah, but that comparison's still going to be there. What is this?
What?
That's a knee.
One knee, whatever.
Yeah, go, get him, do him.
20.
Go.
I'm not doing 20 push-ups. This is ridiculous.
Did I ever tell you guys about this? When we were here, when they did their, from the rookie class from last year, who like the top 10, like, career projections, like who was going to be the best? Okay, Craig Button, from the rookie class of last year, made a list of the top 10 players, and not how good they are right now, how good they will be for their whole, like, other career. So once they're all retired, he'll ranking them 1 to 10. He had McKinnon as number 1, Trouba as number 2. I forget who number 3 was. It might have been Seth Jones, and number 4 was Scheifele. So two of the top 4 rookies from last year pegged to be for us.
Key omissions from that list though was Andre Palat and Tyler Johnson from the
Andre Palat or Tyler Johnson's already isn't he on like the 3rd line or something?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing very good.
Yeah.
Well, they still had decent years last year.
Well, they were nominated for Calder.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think we'll pull out a win tomorrow against Nashville?
I would love to see it.
So. Are we doing game predictions?
You mean they're not playing Ottawa? They're playing Nashville?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fun fact just regarding Ottawa.
They're not playing Ottawa?
Before, I think the reason Florida had such a low attendance rate was because they were playing Ottawa. And Ottawa.
Yeah, only 7,300.
But whenever a Canadian team plays there, there's tons of people because all the Canadians go.
Well, that's what
It's because they aren't offering discounted tickets this year.
Yeah.
There's no discounts in Florida. It's all full price.
Yeah, they said they said if you want a team here, you're gonna pay full price. We're not giving discounts, and if you don't, we'll move it. We don't really care.
They came
That's
out
up to you.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, they were like, "Yeah, we know we're probably gonna get like way less people." Like
they're already losing money, so they're not prepared to lose more.
I admire them for saying that, but that's stupid.
It's tough.
Like they probably make the same amount of money, but they look worse.
Okay, hey, look at the upside. Now when you pay $200 and sit behind the goalie, you still can't watch a game because there's probably going to be cardboard in front of you.
Think about it this way. Now when you pay $200 to sit front row, you can lounge out because there's no one beside you.
There's 5 people a section. Each people got 3 rows.
Yeah. Knock yourself out.
Go, guys.
That's just terrible.
That team will be gone in a few years, I think.
But you don't think that the NHL is going to try to save them somehow?
They've got so much money and stake tied up in Arizona. What are they going to do?
How many people are in their division? How many teams?
8.
They're in the Toronto one.
Yeah, they would work out perfect to Quebec, yeah.
Done.
But The only issue with that then is you're left with lonely Tampa Bay all the way down there. So what's your...
You have Carolina.
No, but Carolina's in the other division. You'd
But
have...
still
But you'd have...
geographically.
But you'd have 7 teams essentially in a, let's say, 200-kilometer radius between Boston, Buffalo, and then the 4 Canadian teams plus... Who else am I missing? I'm missing someone.
Quebec.
No, because you got Montreal, Toronto, Quebec, Ottawa, Buffalo, Boston.
Pittsburgh? No, that's in the other one.
Who else is in that flipping
Pull it up on
division?
your phone.
No, I'm thinking. Let me think. You guys talk. I'll think.
Toronto, Buffalo, Boston, Detroit.
Oh, it's
Tampa,
Detroit. Thank you,
Ottawa,
Detroit.
Montreal.
Detroit is also in that division.
Detroit.
So it'd be those 7 teams would have to travel to Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay would have a tougher travel schedule because they'd have to travel to those 7 destinations.
Yeah,
6
well,
destinations.
that's a chance you take when you get to lounge out on the beach on your day off instead of shove your driveway like Blake Wheeler in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And
You
guess
think
what?
Blake Wheeler shovels his driveway?
Yeah,
I
pays
would like to
his
think he does.
neighbor to do it because he's like, hey, you want to go to a Jets game? Here you go. Here's
He
tickets.
probably does.
Here's tickets every
He's not
night.
an asshole.
Yeah, he'd probably go out
He
and help the
probably
kid.
does it himself. I would
Yeah.
not be surprised.
That's not asshole. It's just like, hey, you do something for me.
No, it's
I
Blake
give-
Wheeler. He earns
He
his
would
keep.
do it himself.
He earns
Okay.
his keep.
Okay.
If it's Kane,
Well,
And another fun fact,
Kane's
there-
begging everyone to do it.
There is no state sale tax, or sorry, there's no blank word tax, 0%
Sales tax?
In Florida.
in Florida.
Oh.
Florida, Dallas, and...
Florida.
Or
Texas.
Florida, Texas, and there was one more place I forget.
California or
Minnesota.
Arizona?
I'm
No,
hoping.
no, not Minnesota. It's somewhere like in between. It's up here somewhere.
Minnesota has no sales tax on clothes.
You
No,
you
but-
realize that like when you just point to middle of a map in the United States, they've
Phoenix
got
got it.
so
Arizona.
Arizona, like I said earlier.
You didn't say.
I said Arizona.
You said.
I said Arizona.
You didn't.
Yes, I
wasn't
did.
listening.
You did not.
It's
hear.
on tape. Guarantee you, it'll be there.
Yeah, but is this podcast going to make it onto the internet?
We
don't
hope
know.
so.
We don't know.
That's why I said I would also record, but that's fine.
We don't know.
Cam was against that idea clearly.
Yeah. All right. Well, are we moving?
Jets
on?
are currently 13th in the West for those who don't know. So those people that predicted us to be at the bottom are very correct right now. Just putting that one out there. However, we have only played 3 games, and other teams have played 4.
Hey, Greg,
5.
you want to reach in that bag beside you?
Why?
It's NHL mailbag time.
Oh yeah!
I like how Dan was like, "What the hell are you talking
Hey!
I knew something was coming.
NHL mailbag. Da-na-da-na-na-na-na.
Okay, if you're going to do a jingle, the least coordinated.
No,
Okay.
Don't just
It's
scream.
Here,
randomized.
give it Clapison. We're gonna make a mailbag
what?
song right now. We're gonna
Yeah,
sing it
just
from now
clap
on
it.
forever. Don't tap the table. It's really bad on the mic. You gotta
Don't-
clap your
don't do it.
hands.
Clap your hands. Here we go.
Mailbag time.
It's now.
The mailbag time.
Let's go.
Open that bag.
I pull one out.
It's a letter. Mailbag time. Every day forever now.
I apologize for anyone listening.
Well, fine. I'll kick this.
Wow.
I'll kick this mailbag party fiesta off.
No, I want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Or no, you can do it.
Okay. Who gets the 2016 draft, Greg?
Buffalo.
Oh, fun fact about Buffalo.
No,
that
is it Nashville? Is that All-Star?
No,
game?
and
That's
Nashville
All-Star.
gets a 2016 All-Star game, which is bag of bull
Yeah,
crap.
that is bullshit.
Actually, not a bag of bull crap. I
not
just
coming
thought,
here.
hey, why would they come to Winnipeg in, February?
Well, but
There's nothing.
For the
there.
All-Star game?
why,
Yeah, exactly.
why would we get it the same year we get the Winter Classic? Or the Heritage? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it does
Oh,
make
wait,
sense.
we don't get it next year? We get it in 26. Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That is a shame.
They've already
Yeah.
announced the schedule this year. Oh, boy.
Oh,
Get it together.
Just fun fact about Buffalo. Okay.
Is that they'll be picking first at their own draft? Oh, don't worry, because Florida's going to be picking first at their own draft this year, too. And getting somebody else will talk
Guys,
about later.
They're gonna draft
Over
another
under
guy?
that there's more fans at the draft than there are average attendance for Panthers games.
Guaranteed. I'm not even touching that with a 10-foot. I'm not touching that bet. You can have it. You take it.
Okay.
The over, the under, the everything. Buffalo. Sam Reinhart. Should they send him back to junior?
Yes.
Why not? Their team's not going anywhere.
And that's the exact attitude that even the GM and Ted, they've been doing now because they have a bunch of young guys and they've kind of rushed guys in terms of Cody Hodgson, Tyler Ennis.
Well, Hodgson was
Kirby.
more of a Vancouver thing.
Of course, but what I was gonna say was their attitude now, which I love.
Grigorenko.
Rasmus
Gergensen,
Ristolainen, Nikita
Zemgus.
Zadorov,
Zemgus.
Gergensen.
Zemgus.
But what I was gonna say was their philosophy is if you're not learning anything or contributing to the team,
Well,
go back go back to junior because we don't want to mess you up mentally.
Is he going to make that awful team a playoff team?
No.
No. So what's
Is he
the
going to
point?
maybe help him win a couple more games? Maybe. But is winning a couple more games going to help him make playoffs? No.
Do they want to win a couple more games? They probably rather lose
And
a
what
couple
would
more
happen
games
if he
and
went
get the
back to
first pick.
junior?
What?
What would happen if he went back to junior?
would play for
And
Team Canada.
Kootenay,
Guys,
he'd be a leader, play ice, play on Team Canada.
it might not matter if they finish last because based on how the season's going, Edmonton's going to be in that top 5. We get top 5 picks again. And you know what happens when there's a draft lottery.
You know what? Let's get in on this right now. Edmonton is sucking the big one right now. We all know that. Is now the time, because you can't just wait out and be like, oh, they're going to get better, they're going to get better. The young guys will develop. They've been waiting too long. It's time.
What's their record?
Who do you trade? Who do you trade? It doesn't matter to who. Who are you
Who
trading?
and when?
Out of their young
I
guys.
say
No,
they-
in the next 10 days, if you have to
No.
GM of Edmonton.
It's been 4 games.
No.
Give them 20 games. If
No,
they're
I'm saying
still
right
that
now,
bad, then they'll-
hypothetically, who are you trading?
Edmonton right now is 0-3-1, and they also have an injured number 1 goalie
Who?
in Victor Fats. He is now injured,
He's
so
not
they
the-
will be.
He's Scrivens is their number
I
one.
think they use a tandem, to be
They
honest.
were using a tandem, but
And
yeah,
Fast
Scrivens is now in.
Fast is
But Fast and Scrivens are both like kind of comparable. So
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. With one of their 2 tandem goalies is down, so now
Is
they
down.
have to
Who
go.
would
yeah,
I trade?
They're 0-3-1.
Who's going to get you the most? Okay, they need what? They need, because honestly, their goaltending's worse than ours.
They need an attitude, philosophy. They need everything.
They need a cornerstone defenseman or a cornerstone goalie.
Or an up and coming that should develop.
What's
They need to be what Craig McTavish said
What's
he would
going
be
to
and
get
be
you
bold.
that? You guys probably not going to agree with me. Nugent Hopkins.
Okay, no, that I did ask the question.
You're not going to get that for Eberle.
Okay, I agree with that.
They're not going to trade Hall. He's the captain. You'll get less for
Hall's
Yakupov than
not
you
the
will
captain.
for. Is he not?
Andrew Ferentz.
Andrew
Okay,
Ferentz
Hall
is
will
their
be the
captain.
captain.
Okay, they aren't going to trade Hall because that's their guy. They've made that clear.
Yep.
Yakupov will get you nothing.
At this juncture, unless
So-
he goes to like Washington, maybe.
Yes, RNH, he's good, but like he'll get you what you need.
Okay.
Okay, then what's the question?
If in just hypothetically in the next 10 days you have to trade someone from Edmonton, who out of the young guys is it going to be?
Teddy Purcell to the Jets.
Yeah, they love him there. And Pouliot,
Yeah.
that's a great pickup.
Yeah, that's good.
That wasn't bad.
Too bad him. Like they have. Okay, when you go down their roster, so we just mentioned Purcell,
Pouliot.
David Perron, Taylor Hall, Yakupov, Eberle, Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl,
Darnell Nurse.
Darnell Nurse,
No defense, no goaltending. They have
Justin Schultz.
They have worse.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just listing
Bogo's
guys.
better than him.
No, I
I'm
know,
just
but he's
listing
their
guys
Bogo.
who
Yeah.
are like
Like-
quote unquote big names on that
Yeah.
team. They have 3 solid lines of quote unquote big names.
Oh, yeah.
Perron was huge when he was in St. Louis. Pouliot last
He was
year
pretty good
in
last
New
year,
York.
Edmonton.
In New York, he was a big cornerstone of that team, doing as well as they did. They are missing him big time in New York. And then the last guy I mentioned was Teddy Purcell, and we all know how much we love Teddy Purcell.
Hey, he's a good hockey
Friend
player.
of the show.
He's
We will call him a friend
underrated.
of the show.
Teddy
Unofficial friend of the show.
Yeah.
He's
He
the,
doesn't know we exist, but we know
I
he
believe
exists.
he's the only player I've seen live get a hat trick.
Well, I saw it too.
think.
I've seen him
I think
and
so.
Chris Versteeg.
I've never.
Oh, I have
I
not
didn't
seen
see Versteeg do that.
But
Dang.
like the thing, their defense is worse than ours. Their goaltending is worse than ours. Like that's their problem.
So
and our defense is not great, and our goaltending is even worse.
So you're
Um,
RNH. Who would you go?
And Taylor Hall.
Oh my goodness gracious, Greg.
Just because I don't like him. But
Okay, well I'm
in,
going.
in reality, who they should trade, Darnell Nurse and Leon Draisaitl.
Whoa, you guys are way off.
Yeah,
the
but
board.
you aren't
For-
going to get any. You're going to get it.
See
Why
what I
wouldn't
would
you?
do.
2 blue chip prospects.
What I would do, and I know you guys have already disagreed with me, but
Jordan Eberle?
I would do Eberle and their first pick this year. That first pick,
is a
even
lot.
with that
You didn't
trade,
say-
it's going to be a top
You didn't
10.
say include picks. You just said
Fine, I'm
player.
sorry, just Jordan Eberle.
Yeah, but what are you
Okay.
going to get from him? You're not going to get a cornerstone goalie or defenseman.
You're not getting a cornerstone goalie, but you're getting
You'll get a-
top prospect or a guy that's like stuck behind. Not this good per se. Not that he's doing great this year, but like Corey Schneider. I'm surprised. Like I understand why they didn't trade him to Edmonton, keep him like within the division and whatnot. But I'm surprised that Jordan Eberle didn't try and get Corey Schneider.
Like, New Jersey is 3-0 at the moment.
Devils could be good in the East.
Okay, no, I'm not saying
Like,
Corey Schneider
they're
isn't
dangerous.
not a number one goalie, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
see what
you
you
know
mean.
how he was stuck in that situation with Luongo where it's like, well, we don't know who we're going to trade, and now they have no one there. Well, now they have Ryan Miller, which they had to go out and buy,
Because they realized that the two goalies they had are not very good.
Yeah, but exactly, like, maybe it'll be something, like, in that situation, which, does it exist right now? Maybe not.
I'm just saying for quick fix, for what they need a cornerstone defenseman or a goaltender.
I hope that they actually do make a trade, just because, like, I mean, sure, I don't like the Oilers and whatnot, but it's still, they're a Canadian, they're just a team. You don't like a team, like, sucking, because then, like...
I do.
It's not fun. It's not fun for anyone.
But the rivalry, it's good for the league.
You can also sympathize for their fans, because their fans have been through, like, hell and back. And another fan base that has been through hell lately...
Oh, I want to put a pause on right before you do that. The NHL is the only league you ever hear it's good for the league, because every other fan base is like... That's the bee's knees, like NBA, NFL.
Oh, yeah.
But, and MLB, it's just ridiculous. NHL, it's like, yeah, good for the league. But, like, anyway, sorry, Greg, go ahead.
The New York Islanders just beat the San Jose Sharks 4-3 in a shootout.
4-0.
They are now 4-0. And, unfortunately, New Jersey lost. So, the Islanders are the only undefeated team... Well, sorry, that's not true. They're the only 4-0 team in the league. There are still... Pittsburgh, with their loss today, they are no longer undefeated. But Minnesota and Vancouver...
I am going to
Can
burst
you
your
go
bubble
to that
big
stats
time.
page for me for a moment, Greg?
And
I'd just like to know
I'm going to burst your bubble
scored.
big time this year because...
No, he did not.
Oh.
I'm going to burst your bubble big time. It's, hey, 4-0, that's good. That's fine. 2009-10, Thrashers started off 4-0. What happened that year? They traded Kovalchuk and missed the playoffs miserably.
Oh my God. The
I'm
Winnipeg
just
Jets are
saying.
going to get John Tavares.
Yeah.
That's what you just told us. Yes!
Illuminati.
No,
Done.
Tavares is going to be an Oiler. Ah!
So, unfortunately, the Islanders superstar didn't score today.
Brock Nelson?
No. Fuck. He's still tied for the league lead with Wayne Simmons, John Tavares, and Victor Hedman for 7 points.
What
so
was
far.
his career?
And Rick Nash.
What was his career point total going into this year?
I have no clue.
Can you get on that?
I'll
look
look
that
it.
answer.
I got
Good.
it.
When do you get on that?
You do it.
I just want to say, once again, this is going to be an ongoing topic every podcast. Flyers. You need some defense.
Still have one again.
I don't know where your goalies are. Even your prospects are getting hurt, Sam Morin. Get better, buddy. Busted jaw, out 4 to 5 weeks. Hopefully it doesn't deter him from being invited to Team Canada, because he will be a stalwart on that defense. With Josh Morrissey and Travis Sanheim. But the Flyers really only have
Brock Nelson is our age. I thought he was old.
What?
He only
He's
has a few
23.
bright... They only have a
I
few
thought he was
bright
older
spots,
than
and
that.
Wayne Simmons is one of them. You keep on tanking Wayne Train, baby.
Okay. Okay, he had 26 points last year.
Was that his league high?
That is his total. NHL
So,
total.
he is 25%. More than 25% to his career high.
Guys, are
In
you telling me we're going to have a
4 games.
donut party when Brock Nelson surpasses his career
Okay, you
high?
know what? He scored 14 goals last year, so I guess he's better than we think.
Oh, look at him.
Not bad.
Look at him go.
Oh,
Look at
blue chip
you.
prospect.
Okay, all right. What else you
So,
got?
Jonas Hiller had a 49 save win last night against Chicago Blackhawks.
That was ridiculous. What were the shots in that game?
It was 50 to 18.
And they,
I believe.
and they won 2-1.
And they won 2-1. Just throw your Corsi and your advanced scouts out the window. A goalie can still steal a game for you. I just threw papers everywhere. What just happened?
Yes, you did.
Greg's getting angry.
I'm not getting angry. I'm getting anxious. That was awesome. I didn't obviously watch the game because I'm not a Calgary fan. And they took my center ice away from me, which I'm really disappointed about.
You said it was a free month.
I thought it was a free month. It was clearly a free week. I'm distraught.
They're not going to give you a full month.
Apparently,
I
on
did free 3 months.
Shaw TV,
Rogers.
They
sign
took
up
away-
today.
on Shaw, they took away the TSN for free. You only get TSN 3 now. That's it. You have to pay another $10 to get all 5 TSN
On
fees.
Shaw,
On Shaw.
you get TSN 3.
And that's
Which
it.
is Jets.
Which is Jets.
So that you get automatically.
Yeah, but
So
the
you have
other
to subscribe
TSNs
to
you
So
don't.
you get TSN 1 and 3, because TSN 1 is the mainstay. They can't take that
Yeah.
away.
Yes, they did.
They
What?
can't.
Shut up. No way.
Yeah, they did.
No way.
Yeah,
Or is it because during the day they all play the same?
Yeah, they
so
all
I guess
play the
it
same
wouldn't
stuff.
Really matter. Oh, how do you know
TSN
that?
3 is
How'd
when-
you find that out?
A guy on Twitter,
As long as I still get the Jets game,
Aaron
I'll give
tweeted it.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
like, Shaw, where's my TSN stuff? And I'm like, oh. That sucks.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's really weird.
That whole TSN thing was so overblown. It's like, hey, we have 5 channels so we can show more sports, yet they only show the same goddamn thing on
Oh,
every
5.
channel.
Yeah, it's kind of
Instead of showing the same NFL game, show 5 different fucking ones.
You know what was awesome? Saturday night, there was a game on CBC, a game on City, a game on Sportsnet 360, a game on Sportsnet 1, a game on FX Canada, and another game on CBC. There was a lot of hockey
You know
on.
why that is?
Because
Only-
Sportsnet has all those teams.
Only the 6th time in NHL history that the NHL all 30 teams played in one day.
You're right. That is true.
You know what?
But yes, that
However-
is awesome.
The one thing I didn't like about that is, what the fuck, NHL? You give me center ice for a week, and then you let all 30 teams play on a Saturday. Why wouldn't you spread the games out? No, you know what? We're going to put all the games at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock Central.
Arena
Greg,
availability.
you sound like a crack addict right now. That's exactly what they want you to think. You're going to let it fester, you're getting angry, and then you're going to go and buy it. That's exactly what they want you to do.
Dude, how nice would it have been, though, if the game started at noon? Then I could have just sat on my couch in comatose and watched games from 12 o'clock till
Didn't we
midnight.
start at 4?
No, games started at 6.
All the games started
All
at
the games started at 6 Central.
Yeah, but
You know, you can also go back and watch games on Game Center. You could have when you had it.
But that's not... No, like center ice on TV. I
Yeah.
have.
Do you
Game
really
Center if I
wanna
want.
watch-
Oh, on
Do you
TV.
I
really
haven't
want to
decided
watch
yet.
like Florida and Carolina and those teams play though? Like,
No, but like I was expecting like Dallas or like Colorado to play at different times.
Oh,
Dallas hasn't won yet.
you told me last week
Yeah, they won tonight.
to watch
Did they?
that Jamie Benn shift where he
Oh,
Decked-
just decked Johnny Oduya and
Brandon
Brent Saad.
Oh, mama, that was a good shift.
Yeah, he just decked 2 people. In a row.
Guys, I don't think Dallas is going to be as good as people think.
I think they're going to be just as good as people.
I haven't heard anything about
I don't
Spets
think
and
so.
Hemsky. Yes, I mind you.
Spezza was
4
already-
games in.
I read a list of a thing today about players you should dump immediately on your fantasy.
Jason
Spezza was on there, so he must not be doing very good.
Well, we
Well,
don't want to jump the gun yet.
No. No.
One guy,
Ben
if you have
was-
on your fantasy team, who did unreal, Steven Stamkos had a hat trick.
Yep.
I was wondering, I was like,
Eighth
man,
career
he
hat
hasn't
trick.
scored yet. He got a hat trick, 8th career hat trick. Fun. You know the answer to this, Dan. Or no, you
You
know
asked
the
me
answer to
this.
this. Greg, you might know this. Dating back to 2008-2009 season, who is the
told me this.
only player in the the only player in the NHL to have more hat tricks than Steven Stamkos?
See, you told me, and I totally forget, but I'm going to go Corey Perry.
Nope.
I will give you one more guess.
That
but
was
I'll give
my
you
first
hints.
guess.
I will give you hints.
Okay.
In the Eastern Conference, and used to be, I think they're
Eric Stahl?
They're in the same division. Correct. Eric Stahl with 9.
Okay.
Fun. I know.
And he's injured right now, but he's
Yeah.
supposed to come back
Steven
soon.
Stamkos had 12 shots on net. The record in a game is 19. What was the score in that game? by the way?
7-1.
And that was on who?
Montreal.
Suck it, Carey Price.
Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
he's my goalie.
fun fact about that Stamkos game.
Yep.
Stamkos had 12 shots that game and 3 goals. Buffalo that night had 12 shots. In essence, Stamkos had as many shots as Buffalo had.
How
I
many
thought you were
goals
about
did
to say
Buffalo
Steven
score?
Stamkos is Buffalo.
3
So,
or
okay.
2. They were playing the
So
Ducks.
he outscored the whole team.
Yeah. He tied in shots and outscored Buffalo on his own. Don't worry, because the other thing is Victor Hedman had 6 points in that game.
One thing we forgot to mention, he had 6?
He had 6. 3 goals, 3 assists.
Hedman?
Hedman.
Hedman didn't have a hat trick?
Yeah, he did.
I get to see him
Against
next
Montreal.
Friday.
Yeah.
No,
Hedman-
Stamkos had a hat trick
Stamkos
against
had a
Montreal.
hat trick.
So did Hedman.
No, he
didn't.
did not.
Fuck off.
No way. They get 2 hat tricks in one game, and
No,
the
no.
hockey gods can't toss us a hattie in 3 years. Get
I
out
will
of
read you the
town.
scoring summary. Victor Hedman, Steven Stamkos, Steven Stamkos, Steven Stamkos. I was wrong. You're right.
Ah,
Of course.
Who are the other guys? I want to know the other guys.
Ryan Callahan, Andre Platt, and Nemestiknikov.
Vladimir
Oh,
Nemestikov.
you know what? He had 3 assists, though, that game. Hedman
That's
did.
great, dude. He's emerging. I like him.
Why did I think... I swear to God, I thought
Don't
I
get
saw
our
him
hopes
three.
up. A double hattie.
I thought I saw
A double hattie is like a backhand saucer pass. It's ever so elusive, but when you see it, it's a beautiful sight. It's like a unicorn.
My bad. That was
One thing
brutal.
I was going to say we didn't mention is that we're talking about...
Anaheim beat Buffalo that night 5-1.
We were-
So Buffalo had 1 goal. And
We were
Stamkos
talking
had
about
3.
shots. The Jets, I'm pretty sure, outshot... I don't think they outshot LA, but they outshot San Jose.
They definitely have shots.
And
San
they're-
Jose.
And they kept them. Didn't allow a shot on goal in the third period.
Did you know
Oh,
that?
yeah, that was
that's
crazy.
right.
That was awesome.
The other thing to note
Great
is
defense.
the Jets only had 5 turnovers against San Jose. San Jose had something like 25 turnovers.
Yeah, but 3 of them went in the net.
Yeah.
Three out of our 5?
Yeah.
God damn you,
That was
pissing
like-
on a parade.
When I was
Dan.
watching TSN Jets the other day, and they're like, oh, the Kings have only had one shot on goal here in the second period, and it was like towards the end. I'm like, yeah, and it went in the net.
Exactly.
It's only one shot, but it fucking
We
went
went
in.
in.
You're 1 for
Exactly.
2. Kate, Greg, what is this note right there? What's that
The
one?
Don Cherry Toronto rant.
rant. Yeah,
Did you
what's
not hear him on Coach's
No,
Corner?
I don't watch.
So-
Don
They
Cherry.
still do Coach's
He doesn't have.
I thought he
Coach's
got
Corner
canned.
still.
So,
Come on.
Sportsnet
They push him out
has
of
taken
staircase.
over the CBC broadcasting for Saturday nights, which
Terrible.
it's going to take some time to get used to because I
Terrible.
don't like listening to Kiprios, but...
Kiprios,
Keep going.
McLean, Healy.
Who's that bald
fucking
dude?
awful.
Okay, can I just get through this in
Even
time?
though Healy was
Wait, I want
CBC.
to pause. Who was on this panel?
It's like it was
My
the
question is who? Damian Cox. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead.
same... Damien Cox is on
Idiot.
this. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Darren
Sorry,
Millard.
Damian Cox. I disagree with your opinion. You're not an idiot.
Okay, so Don Cherry had a little Toronto rant because with Sportsnet taking over CBC and their rights to broadcast, they have changed the entire CBC broadcast, which means there's no more pre-game montages, which were amazing. They took those out. And they've also reduced Coach's Corner to only 5 minutes, which is also a huge mistake because it's one of the honestly, it's one of the most
The
watched
less
TV
Don
shows.
Cherry, the better.
But you watch it nonetheless.
No, I turn it off.
Okay.
You watch it
a
for
lot
the
of
train
people
wreck.
watch it.
I watch it for the
A
train
lot of
wreck
people
that's
watch it.
happening.
So, what did Don Cherry talk about? Well, he said the reason why the Toronto was losing to Pittsburgh and why they lost to Montreal is because they drafted 0 Canadians in the 2014 NHL entry draft.
Haven't they drafted
That's why.
0 in like
Did any
2
of their
years or something?
2014
No.
picks even make the team?
Only Draisaitl, Sam Reinhart is still with the team, but
But
he's
he's
probably
not
going to get
playing,
sent
yeah.
down. Sam Bennett is technically there.
Was Nemestikov or Vladimir Nemestikov?
I don't think so.
Burakovsky is the guy I'm thinking of. Washington.
He's staying because he scored 2 or 3
Mama.
goals.
Yeah.
Mama.
So, of the people that were drafted, none of which are Canadian are staying with the team. But Don Cherry said that they should have drafted Nick Ritchie over William Nylander because he never thinks William Nylander will play. He said Toronto, if you look at LA, they had 15 guys on that cup-winning team that were Canadian. And that Toronto has nobody from the OHL or the GTHL, which is, by the way... Yes, I understand that the GTHL produces a ton of great talent.
Is that Greater Toronto Hockey League or?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay,
Connor
Don
McDavid.
Cherry's butt obsessed with Toronto though.
No, I understand that. And like the thing is and I'm actually gonna play the Don Cherry piano keys here. Thing is if you look at Toronto's roster, almost their entire team is still Canadian. Tyler Bozak, David Clarkman.
David Clarkman, who's that?
David
David
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Yeah,
He hasn't
yeah.
earned the right for us to pronounce his whole name yet.
Yeah, he doesn't.
David Clarkson.
Although he does have 2 goals already, and only had 5 goals all of last year.
Okay, wait.
What?
You said Don Cherry said that the Kings won the cup because they had 15 Canadians, right?
15 Canadians.
We have 14 on the Jets. We need one more.
I know.
One more.
Guys, I'm going to name a key stat to this Don Cherry rant.
But yeah,
Unless
that
you're not
honestly,
done
One
yet.
no,
more. One more
honestly,
Canadian. We're there. We're done.
his rant
Cup.
was that Toronto doesn't have enough Canadians. That's why they don't win, and that's why they suck every year. And they don't draft any Canadians. So how do they expect to get better? And my argument to that is who was the goalie for LA?
Jonathan Quick. American.
Where's he from? America. Who was the number 1 center for?
Anze
Oh,
Kopitar.
is he Canadian?
No,
No,
he's
I
Canadian.
didn't think so either.
Who's their
He
captain?
plays-
Wait.
Who's their captain?
Desmond Brown.
Oh,
He can
he's-
count a
He's
potato.
American. Oh, but
American.
Wait. Whoa,
He can count
whoa,
to
guys.
He can count a potato, America. Go ahead, sorry.
Who was the goalie on the other side in the NHL Stanley Cup final last
Oh,
year?
he's a Swede.
I believe he's not Canadian either.
Lundqvist?
Oh, so you mean you can make it to the playoffs without freaking Canadians?
Wait, you can
To
make
be
it.
fair, the 2 Canadian goalies lost in the conference finals.
Yes,
Right.
but wait a second. How did LA get to that conference? Or how did LA make it to the Stanley Cup final?
Alec Martinez goal.
And how did they win the Stanley Cup?
Alec Martinez goal.
Don Cherry.
Eat it. I
Guys,
If
this
you
is-
ever come, if Don Cherry ever listens to this, Don, hello, first off. Not a big fan, so that's all I gotta say.
Don, I've been watching you for years, and there's things I agree with you with, and this is not one of them. But you've gotta step away from that old man thinking, which is something that we've discussed on here before.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, we
damn
did.
it! You goddamn into the
For
abyss episode.
some reason, and I don't know why it is, but it seems people who are in that 50 plus age range, they feel that if you're not from Canada, and you're not 6'4" and you're pounding guys' faces into the ice, you have no heart, no determination, and you shouldn't be in the NHL.
I
Is
don't.
that during the
And you
COVID?
can't.
I
And you
don't
can't build
agree
around a
with
team that way.
I don't agree with that, but I love players that do that.
No,
6'4", slamming people's face.
Oh, of course.
Love it.
Of
But
course.
that's not just the game. There's more finesse to it now. And like,
I have to.
go ahead.
The Jets have to have the most Americans on their team out of any team. They have 8 Americans.
That's a lot of Americans.
And FYI, Adam Lowry is American. I did not know
I
that.
thought he was Canadian.
Yeah.
Where was he? Whoa. Was he born in Atlanta?
I don't know. Why was he born in Atlanta?
Well, no, his dad played for the Flames. So
TJ
maybe-
Galliardi, also American.
Wait,
Yeah.
Lowry, is it American?
According to Wikipedia.
Where is he born?
Well, we're gonna look it
Yeah,
up
let's
here.
find out.
Okay,
I'd like
so
to...
a couple notes from
Saint,
actually.
St. Louis Mo.
Hey, get out of here. I wanted to hear that. I asked.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
like you know.
I thought he was Canadian.
Okay, a couple of notes from tonight's games.
Okay.
Varlamov for the Colorado Avalanche has been placed on the IR, which means Red O'Bara had to start tonight against the Ottawa Senators.
Which means their season is over because he was their whole
oh,
season last year.
don't worry,
Wait,
don't worry.
Red O'Bara started for the Ottawa Senators?
For the Colorado Avalanche
Oh,
against the
against
Ottawa.
Ottawa. Sorry, my bad.
So,
And they lost.
however, Red O'Bara got hurt. So what did that mean? Calvin Pickard.
Oh, it is Calvin. It's not Chet.
It's Calvin.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah, Chet is the other one.
Yeah, Nashville.
Calvin Pickard, Winnipeg boy, Calvin Pickard, got to play in net and lost his team a game.
Manitoba moments.
They were up. They were up
Attaboy.
1-0 at the time, and yeah, they ended up
Attaboy.
losing. So, that little quick note about that. The other thing, Pascal Dupuis had to get carted off the ice today because he got a shot in the upper shoulder neck area. Slap shot from the point.
Yikes.
He's apparently okay.
So we're gonna bring you guys into a new segment, and I know we're running long, but
We have
we're gonna
new
go.
segments?
Yeah, we have another new segment.
Oh, yeah.
It's called #McDavid 2015 Watch.
No. Oh, shit, that's copyright.
Not anymore. Doesn't exist.
No, it's
They
just Sports
got
Center.
rid of it. That's
Okay, well,
old.
whatever. We don't need it.
Alright,
That was pretty
so far, Connor McDavid, 7 games played, 7 goals, 13 assists, 7-point streak for this boy. Right now, shockingly, Calgary is 3-2, so they have worked their way out of the Connor McDavid sweepstakes.
Connor McDavid sweepstakes
Easy.
is bottom 5 teams.
easy. It's early.
Bottom 5.
So are we in the sweepstakes?
We are.
Yes.
Edmonton,
Yeah, but we've played the fewest games in the league.
Hey.
no, actually, that is St. Louis. They've only played 2, and
Okay.
they are also in the
Sorry.
sweepstakes.
We're in the sweepstakes.
So is Colorado.
No, they are not.
Screw Colorado. They
Well,
don't
3-1?
deserve Connor. They haven't earned him.
No.
Yet.
So Carolina, they're bad. Buffalo's there. They're bad. Florida's there. They're bad. And then Edmonton and Winnipeg top out your top 5 for the Connor McDavid sweepstakes.
I'm going to add on a little quick stat fact about Connor McDavid. In the OHL, like in the start players leading in their draft year, fastest players to get to 18 points in the last couple of years, Sean Monahan took him 13 games.
You want me to read the Connor McDavid watch, bottom 5 teams?
Wait, can
Because
I
the Jets are not in it.
What, at 2? They
Jets
only
are
have 2 points.
Jets are 25th.
Suck harder, Jets.
26 to 30 goes Buffalo, Carolina, Philly, Florida, Edmonton.
Yeah!
You know what that
Hey!
tells you? Know what that tells you? 4 of the bottom 5 teams are from the Eastern Conference.
And then
Then Edmonton is dead last.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they all are, but
Okay, wait.
Edmonton is so bad, yet there's how can you still be that bad with how many first overall
Because
picks
they
you
keep
have?
drafting the same type of players, small-bodied forwards. You gotta mix it up a little bit.
But Leon Draisaitl's a big body.
Yeah, first time. Yeah, maybe they're only righting the ship now. They've had a few chances. Like guys, maybe it's not always about first pick. Maybe it's about
Wait.
3rd to 10th.
Here's my.
Did we miss Trouba? Like I thought.
Yeah.
You guys.
What happened with Nail Yakupov? Who else was in that draft that could have
Galchenyuk?
gone? Yeah, still another small-bodied forward.
Oh, I
he's
forgot that
better
guy.
than Yak.
Gal-
Morgan
Galchenyuk.
Riley could have gone. Morgan Riley.
Oh,
Slater is
Ryan
number
Murray.
1.
Ryan Murray.
Ryan Murray. What the?
Okay, well, I was
That
saying a
made no
fun
sense.
fact before. Dan said a way more interesting fact.
That's a
was
very
my-
interesting fact.
What
Sean-
was my interesting fact?
Oh, you just said the bottom 5, which is a lot more important.
Why'd
than
you
what
draw
I'm saying.
John Cherry on your?
Oh, I tried to, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
Sean Monahan took him 13 games to get to 18 points. Sam Bennett took him 9 games. Connor McDavid only took him 6 games to get to 18 points. That is ridiculous.
He's already at 20 through 7. 20 points through 7 games.
What?
He's a 7-game point streak.
Wow, he's good and talented.
Yeah, you said 18 points. He had 2 assists last night.
So 20.
He's at
and
20
7.
through 7.
Nice.
How ridiculous is that?
That's
Like, he is
that's
so
nuts.
good.
I
He's
still-
so good.
I still stand by my from one of our earlier podcasts, I say I would rather see the Jets make the playoffs and get swept than finish dead last and get Connor McDavid.
I would still love to get Connor McDavid.
Come on, playoffs. Playoffs or McDavid? What would you take?
Playoffs.
One
a lot
year.
more chance. Yeah, miss playoffs 1 year, maybe 3 years in a row, but acquire McDavid. After that, ergo Stanley Cup.
Do the Jets need him though?
Yeah.
A center.
Would you not? I'm
Where
sorry.
is he,
Whoa,
where is
hold
he
on.
gonna play? Where is he gonna play? Tell
Top
me
line,
that.
obviously. And then it gives us the opportunity to trade other players on forward.
It does.
Like who?
Because right now, like, the way that I look at it is, yes, we have a top 6.
Little.
We do not have an elite top 6, and it'd be nice to create an elite top 6.
Our top 6 is pretty good considering.
It's not elite.
Yeah, but how many teams have elite?
But does bringing
Kings?
in
That's
one
about it.
elite does bringing
Chicago?
in one top center and the caliber
they're not elite,
of,
though, are they?
of Connor McDavid make it you that much better?
No,
and
but
there's no guarantee
you're
he's
able
gonna
to-
be that good.
But you're able to bring in more players.
Yes. Okay, I get
And
it.
Connor McDavid's probably one of those special players, like Sidney Crosby, that can make guys like Chris Kunitz, Pascal Dupuis better for playing with him.
Are
Other
you
fun
telling
fact
me
about-
his line mates
he's
are
not
gonna
gonna be
Gagliardi
Crosby
and
good.
Peluso?
No.
That's what Greg just said.
That's what.
That's-
Yeah,
Came
top
right
line,
out of his
top
mouth,
line,
I heard.
and top line in 2 to 3.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Other note, apparently, through the grapevine and what some insiders are thinking, that if things are going bad for Pittsburgh, which are not right now, but if shit starts hitting the fan, they're going to be looking to trade Malkin.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Because
Kane.
they
for
are
Malkin.
hurting.
Kane and something else for Malkin.
You know what that answer
That's
is
still
going to
not
be?
enough.
Kane, our first, Jacob Trouba, half the farm, and a bag
Okay,
of
Hey, do we have a
That-
phone? Yeah, this is Shiro.
That I would.
That's hanging up on you.
Well,
He just hung up on you again.
I would hope it's not Shiro because he doesn't GM the.
Who's the GM?
push-ups?
No!
That is push-ups for sure.
Fuck that.
Greg, you do push-ups for the big boys talk.
Who's the GM? Oh, yeah, that
Rutherford,
Jim
Rutherford.
Rutherford. Yeah.
It used to be Ray Shiro.
and he would do it because he loves.
You guys,
Paul
every
Maurice.
time I hear Malkin and trade, every single time the first team is Columbus. That's blinking in my face.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
But they just signed
Considering-
Johansson to
yeah,
that
and you know
deal.
who they're gonna, Joan Diddley,
Considering-
Ryan Johansson.
You
Yeah,
know
but
what? That
you
could
have
be
to-
interesting because Johansson and they had turmoil from that contract, and he's
Are they
signed
allowed to
be really
trade
good.
him based off that contract though?
But you have keep in mind
Oh
though,
right, because it wasn't from.
Nathan Horton might never play hockey again. So
Why? Is he
got
that bad?
he's got a degenerative back problem.
Okay, so what are
So
you telling us?
they have an open spot. Malkin.
You done
Game
diddly.
over.
You done diddly, Ryan Johansson.
Well, there's no
But they're
more
gonna have to give up
Johansson.
It'll be
Boone Jenner.
Johansson. No, it'll be like Johansson.
No,
and like
someone
top
better
prospects.
than Boone Jenner.
Like Alexander Wenberg, Sonny Milano. They'll take guys like that.
But
And
no,
they will take.
Bobrovsky-
They won't give. they'll
Bobrovsky
take.
and Johansson for Malkin and Fleury.
That's a lot
Okay, Dan.
on Pittsburgh's
That's
side.
mean. First.
Bobrovsky's better.
That's a lot on Pittsburgh's side still.
Well, but they're getting a better
That's a lot
goalie.
on Pittsburgh's side. I wouldn't put Bobrovsky in there. Who's gonna stop the puck? Do you know who their backup is? I don't know who their backup is. I don't know.
Curtis McElhenney.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
For who?
Columbus.
They're getting Fleury.
Oh, right.
Still though.
Fleury's contract is up at
Bobrovsky's
the end of the year,
Come
though.
on, Fleury's no. It was hypothetical, okay?
You done diddly. You heard it here first.
I
Kenny Malkin,
don't know.
Columbus Blue Jackets.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'll wrap up signings here. Jake Muzzin, 5-year, $20 million. Great signing, I thought.
Yeah.
$4 million a year. Simon Gagne signed a 1-year, $600,000 contract with the Bruins, and in his first game with the Bruins the other night, it was his 800th game. Rafael Diaz signed a 1-year, $600,000 contract with the Flames. Sam Bennett.
We already talked about Sam
Oh,
Bennett
we did.
getting hurt.
Back to we talked before we were recording, weren't we?
No, we actually talked about
Oh, sorry, my bad, guys. Sam Bennett got hurt. Injuries. Jeff Skinner hoping to return Thursday. Oh, that's good. That will look like a vicious hit from Niskanen. Durang, he's getting sent to Tampa Bay's affiliate, Syracuse, just for a conditioning stint to work out his hand
Is he
timing.
hurt? Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, he busted his hand. Le Cavalier, 2 to 3 weeks for what?
You sent that to me.
Was that Le Cavalier?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I forget for what then. And Dubinsky out 6 weeks for...
Something.
For something.
An injury.
Who
We
does
can
Columbus
confirm
have?
that he is
Columbus
injured.
is going.
Columbus is going... Malkin's going to go there and bolt to the K.
Whoa.
And then they're going to continue to go. Until they are not in Columbus anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They could still be in Columbus for a while. Side note to this, apparently with Eric Stahl's currently injured, but Carolina might be looking to trade him. Top prospect on that list, Toronto.
But apparently the price is ridiculously high.
Can you
Yeah, I
trade
wouldn't
an
be
injured player?
No, like he's not
can't.
long term.
If they're on IR, no. If they're not,
he's not long term injured though. He's just day to day.
Toronto.
Upper body.
Hey, I like how what's going on to Joffrey Looper right now? I know we're way off topic, but
I don't really know.
oh, because
Like,
Brendan
is he
Cozen took his spot on the second line,
Yeah,
and
no.
Daniel Winnick and Nazem Kadri.
Because
So
he's
thankful
hurt.
That is in our second line. Oh my god.
That's
You
a
wonder why
pretty
he
Daniel
don't make
Winnick
the
and
playoffs.
Nazem Kadri.
That's a pretty rough second line.
That's pretty bad.
Sorry, Greg. I'm so
That's-
sorry to
that's
hear
rough.
that. Yeah,
It's rough.
life's tough.
However,
in
they
Newfoundland.
have David Clarkman in the water bottle place,
David Clark.
Leo Corporal Komarov,
Mm-hmm.
and Mike Shancherelli.
So an even worse third line.
Really, have you watched them play? They are freaking. I don't even know what to say.
Whoa,
They're like
whoa,
mosquitoes.
is it-
They're just annoying. They're on you every single second. They're so fun to watch. They're upbeat. Their tempo. I would kill for a line like that in Winnipeg.
Who's that? Who's this line?
That's Komarov, Water Bottle Please, and Santorelli.
That is a great line. I like that.
That is a good line.
Hey, who's the center on that
See,
one?
like Dan is shrugging his face at that.
Who's the
Because
Mike
Clarkson
Santorelli.
makes $6 million and he's worth $2.
Hey, it's
That's top.
575. 575.
Take the money aside.
Santorelli.
Clarkson is playing really well right now.
Wow.
Take the money
In 4
aside.
games.
Clarkson had
Take
a
the money
great year. They jumped the gun, offered him a big contract, and now he's playing in the role that he was originally meant for.
He's a third liner.
But he's damn good at that third line. And what Leo Komarov, David
Santorelli
Clarkson,
is underrated. The
Yeah.
Jets should have kept him, in my opinion.
yeah,
I've
which-
honestly never seen Komarov play. I
he was
assume he's
very
a good
in the
third
shootout
liner.
too, Santorelli. Komarov,
You know what the thing
beautiful.
about Komarov is? A guy will dump the puck and he finishes every check, and he's the first guy in on the forecheck and hits people, and he's just an
Jets
aggressive
got guys
player.
like that.
Not the way Komarov. Komarov draws so many penalties because he pisses people off. He's a Brad Marchand who doesn't back down from stuff. No,
Has
that
he
Brad
fought?
Marchand does.
Has he had an NHL fight?
And it,
Komarov?
Komarov, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, would he have a chance against Peluso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peluso isn't the best fighter in the league, I don't think.
No,
He's
he
not
isn't.
the best, but
I
I'd
would
put him
argue
top.
the heavyweight, until Peluso fights this guy, I don't think Peluso's going to be the best. And that guy's Sean Scott. And
And
Sean Scott, that's the only thing he does.
Well, yeah.
he's got fists.
But he's got size.
Well,
I would put Peluso, I don't know if I'd put him top 5, but he's close.
He's good, but I mean...
But Komarov isn't
Komarov
there to be
also
a fighter.
brings skill. to
Yeah,
the-
Komarov
Yeah,
has a
but
lot of.
Not
He
that
let
Peluso
his.
isn't skilled, but Komarov is like, he was on line 2 of the Finnish Olympic team.
Yeah,
I
and he led
understand
his
Peluso-
team in scoring last
You
year.
know who
Whether-
finishes a lot of checks that you would not suspect? Matthew Perreault.
Yeah, but that's
Watch
his
him
third
play.
line again. Same role, basically.
Yeah.
But look how small he is. He hits a
Komarov's
lot.
not the biggest.
Komarov's
He's
not a big
5'11",
guy.
like maybe 190.
Oh, I'm sure he's a
180.
good guy grinder.
He's
you
awesome.
know,
He's awesome.
but
I like him.
you're paying him
You
like
would-
$3 million, right?
Komarov?
I would still
2 something?
paying him the same. You're shrugging at that, but we're paying Mathieu Perreault the same money.
Yeah, he scored 20 goals.
He's scored 20 goals, and he also, due to the fact that he sometimes was on a power play with one of the best tandems in the league for the
I
last
guess.
5 years with Corey Perry.
But
and
all
Mike
I'm saying is that
that
just
line is
because
great right now,
yeah.
and they're will. I don't
they've
think
been
there
a
was
lot
finish.
of fun to watch.
Yeah,
That's what they've been. They've been a ton of fun to watch.
they're right in their wheelhouse of
Oh.
where they're meant to play.
Yeah.
And it also is a bonus that they also create chances. The style of play that they bring
Oh,
to
yeah.
the table.
Well, yeah. However, the shitty thing about that is their fourth line is not clicking right now, and they need to find
Who's their
something.
fourth line?
Peter Holland.
Younger brother to Patrick. Jets property now.
Yeah,
You're
Jets.
welcome.
Probably.
Younger brother.
Younger brother.
Younger brother. Is he? Yeah, he might be.
So we got the shitty Holland.
Oh.
Not necessarily.
Why I should know this? Well, Cozen was on there. He's not there anymore. So either Levo or Ashton
No,
is now
Levo's
there.
in.
And Richard Panic is on that. For
Oh,
they
that,
picked him off
what
waivers.
was the deal with that?
Because they lost their first 2 games, so it was after game 1.
Who?
Panic. When did they pick him up? After game 1 or after game 2?
Well, no, I just want to
After
know,
game
like,
one.
the reason
Because they
Tampa
were
dropped
in
him,
a-
he lost his job to Nemestikov, like Vladimir Nemestikov, I believe that's his first name. But he got played out. But what the write-up on Panic is, when he wants to play, he's electric.
So you could.
But when he doesn't, you might as well
So
not
you
have him
could
on
say
the
that
team.
Toronto was in a panic after they lost their first game.
Well, not
On
necessarily.
a fluke.
They're just picking.
Nobody picked up on that at all. They were in a panic.
Well, I get it.
What's the name of the guy?
Yeah, you realize how many times I've heard
Oh
that
my
since
God.
they picked him up?
Yeah, but okay,
That joke is about as old as freaking, I don't know.
the last time
the
the
Jets
last
won
time
the
the
playoffs.
Leafs won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But there was a stat. Apparently, like 2009-10, Panic was like the top ranked Lightning prospect. Last year he wasn't even on it. Like that's how bad that's how much he's dropped.
Yeah, well, that's
Kinda.
also probably due to I guess like his chances and opportunity diminish based off his play, which happens. So
The thing I like, though, is that he's big and can hit people and can fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he can actually play hockey unlike Colton Orr and Fraser McLaren, so I'm okay with it.
perfect. Closing words, Greg.
Let's hope this one actually makes it out, Cam.
Jets predictions go.
Who do they play this week?
Preds and Flames.
No, just two Preds.
Just
two-
Preds.
home
Home opener.
4-1 Nashville.
Okay. Goal scorer for
Mark
the Jets.
Shifley.
Go.
3-1 Preds.
You guys suck.
Goal scorer for Lake Navidad.
What am I gonna say? 6-2 Jets.
Whoa.
That's bold.
I don't think Nashville.
On your stats ranking, Greg and I would be here. You'd be like over there
Let's see. Who am I gonna? 6 goals.
on a
Right?
graph.
6 goals. That's a
Troop.
lot of goals.
Trouba's gonna get one.
Okay.
Galliardi's gonna get one.
Whoa.
Buff's gonna get 2. Wheeler's gonna get 1. Perot's gonna get 1.
It's funny because they've only had Little. Sorry, let me count out their goal scorers. I believe it's just Little, Wheeler. So they have 4 goal scorers this season so far. Little, Wheeler, Buff, and Stewart, and that is it. That is pretty depressing.
3.
They're not gonna. No, they gotta have more of an offensive output, or they're not gonna be able to
They
compete.
also have 2 guys on pace for a point a game. So
Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
no,
but-
it'll get better. It'll get better.
Okay, Brock Nelson has 7 points.
Easy.
Clearly, we need an early. We've never had a guy that just like breaks out at the start of the year and gets like a bunch of points. We don't have our own Brock Nelson.
We don't have a Kovalchuk anymore. No,
We need an Eric Odell to just do that, or Adam Lowry.
Oh.
I took the best bet in history. I talked about it last week on the podcast.
But yeah, you have to recap it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
fine.
somebody bet me that Adam Lowry is going to score more goals than Mark Scheifele. I'm not going to say what the wager was, but I took that bet without any problem because I think Mark Scheifele is going to outscore
Well,
in goals.
Currently, they are
than Adam
even.
Lowry. Yeah, they are even, but I don't think that'll last too long.
No, I don't. Not with what the playing time Scheifele's going to get and the playing time Lowry's going to get.
Exactly.
And who Scheifele's
they're
playing
playing
with
with.
and who Lowry's playing with.
Oh, Lowry's playing with Perot right now.
Yeah, that's not bad, but I mean, they're going to get top line minutes.
Yeah.
And Perot's not Wheeler.
Perot is not Wheeler.
Or Buff.
That is a good point. Or Kane when
or
they get
Kane
back.
whenever he decides to get off his ass.
Hopefully next week we aren't at episode 13 and 3/4.
Don't put it
And
past us,
hopefully
though.
it's episode 14.
If we just talk for an hour and 15 minutes and no one hears this,
It'll be pretty much a piss off.
Broken legs.
Cam's in trouble.
Okay, well guys, thanks again for watching. And sorry for last week once again. Everyone can send your hate tweets to @homeish on Twitter. And send your Leaf hate to me on Twitter at lastmanin.
And send your
PC.
love to me, because everyone loves me.